Hey kids, today we're going to learn some super cool facts about porcupines. These spiky little creatures have some amazing secrets. Let's dive in. Now when you think of a porcupine, you probably think, whoa, look at all those spikes. And you'd be right to think that because these little guys are covered in thousands of quills. We're talking serious protection here, but there's so much more to porcupines than just their prickly exterior. They're clever, resourceful, and surprisingly agile. So stick around and we'll uncover all the amazing secrets these quirky quill masters have to offer. All right, let's talk quills. These bad boys are a porcupine's main defense mechanism, and believe me, you don't want to be on the receiving end of them. They're sharp, they're pointy, and they can be pretty painful. Now, porcupine's quills are actually modified hairs, can you believe that? But instead of being soft and fluffy, they're hardened with keratin and have these tiny little barbs. These barbs are what make them so hard to remove. Once they're in, they're not coming out easily. It's like trying to pull a cactus needle out of your finger, only 10 times worse. Now, you might have heard that porcupines can shoot their quills like darts. That'd be pretty wild, wouldn't it? But the truth is, they can't actually shoot them. What they can do is release their quills when threatened. See, those quills are loosely attached, so if a predator gets too close, the porcupine can give them a sharp whack with its tail, sending those quills flying. And trust me, you don't want to be in the line of fire. Don't let those clumsy-looking bodies fool you. These guys are expert climbers. They might waddle a bit on the ground, but get them near a tree, and it's like watching a furry little acrobat. They've got these strong, curved claws that are perfect for digging into bark, and their feet have this rough, pebbly texture that gives them extra grip. And boy, can they climb high. We're talking up to 20 feet in the air. That's like climbing a 2-story building. Chapter 4, Picky Eaters. A porcupine's plant-based diet. So, what do these prickly pals like to munch on? Well, they're herbivores, which means they're all about those plants. Leaves, bark, twigs, fruits, you name it. If it grows from the ground, chances are a porcupine will give it a try. Now, they particularly love salt, and they'll go to great lengths to find it. Sometimes they even chew on things like tools or bones just to get a little taste of that salty goodness. Chapter 5, Cutest Quills Ever, Meet the Porcupettes. Now, who can resist a baby animal? Baby porcupines are called Porcupettes, and they are ridiculously adorable. They're born with soft quills that harden up after a few days. And just like human babies, they rely on their parents for food and protection. Mama Porcupine is fiercely protective of her little ones. She'll keep them close and teach them everything they need to know about surviving in the wild. Chapter 6. Night owls, the secret life of nocturnal porcupines. Porcupines are creatures of the night. That's right, they're nocturnal, which means they're most active when the sun goes down. While we're sleeping soundly in our beds, they're out there foraging for food, climbing trees, and generally just getting up to all sorts of mischief. Why do they prefer the nighttime? Well, for one, it's cooler then, and with all that fur, they can get pretty hot during the day. Plus, it helps them avoid predators who are more active during the day. Chapter 7. Talking Quills, the sounds of porcupine communication. You might not think of porcupines as being particularly chatty creatures, but they actually have a whole repertoire of sounds they use to communicate. They grunt, they whine, they chatter their teeth, and they even make these high-pitched squealing noises that can be quite startling if you're not expecting them. They mainly use these sounds to communicate with each other, especially during mating season. Chapter 8. Family ties porcupines stick together. While they might not be the cuddliest of creatures, porcupines are actually quite social animals. They often live in small family groups with a mother and her young, or sometimes even several generations sharing a den. These family groups stick together for protection and to help each other find food. They're not exactly pack animals like wolves, but they do look out for each other. Chapter 9. No time for naps. Porcupines brave the winter. Unlike some animals that hibernate during the cold winter months, porcupines are tough cookies and stay active all year round. They've got a thick coat of fur and a layer of fat to keep them warm, even when the snow is falling and the temperatures plummet. To find food in the winter, they'll gnaw on bark, twigs, and even the occasional evergreen needle. Talk about a winter diet. Chapter 10. Surprise! Porcupines are swimming sensations. You know what they say, don't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a porcupine by its quills. Because believe it or not, these prickly critters are actually pretty good swimmers. They might not look like natural-born Michael Phelps, but they can paddle their way across a lake or river with surprising grace. Their secret weapon? Those hollow quills. That's right, those same quills that protect them on land also help them stay afloat in the water. It's like having a built-in life jacket. That's a wrap. Until next time, quill seekers. Wasn't that fun? Now you know all about porcupines and their amazing abilities. They're more than just prickly pincushions, aren't they? They're clever climbers, expert survivors, and even surprisingly good swimmers. Remember, every creature, big or small, plays an important role in our ecosystem. So, next time you see a porcupine, remember all the cool things you've learned today, and give them a little nod of respect. Keep exploring and learning about the wonderful animals in our world. See you next time. Crikey, that was fun.